be cooling down. Could this mean the end of a high-temperature apocalypse? Before he could ponder further, a large group of people appeared in the nearby street. Captain, there's a crowd approaching the rescue station. Hearing this, the female captain turned to look, but the sight made her eyes widen in shock. Those are not survivors. Those are clearly mutated monsters. There was no time for her to think further, as the horde of zombies had already charged towards the rescue station. Seeing this, the captain opened fire to suppress them while ordering her comrades to evacuate the civilians at the station. Meanwhile, at the Green City Hotel, after dealing with Lurian, I decided to set off and deal with what would be another immense disaster. Only I knew that what people were seeing was just the tip of the iceberg of the apocalyptic natural disaster, and I had to find that thing before the next catastrophe struck. I pulled out an SUV from another dimension and drove off. At this time in my past life, many people heading to rescue stations were turned into drop demons by the moonlight. Their obsession eventually led them to form the attacking zombie horde, causing the deaths of countless civilians and soldiers. This left abandoned military weapons open for the taking, eventually leading people to use them to form faction. Stop the car out front. I didn't hesitate, and I immediately floored the accelerator, plowing through the men. It's insane. They still dare to rob people at a time like this. Moments later, I stopped the car in front of a deep pit. Just like in my previous life, the intense sunlight from the moon caused the walls to crack, and combined with the attack of the zombie horde, it led to the collapse of the subway station. Now, the death toll in the subway station is at least in the thousands. Looking at the pairs of blood red eyes in the pit, I sighed. Although there are many drop demons here, not all of them have a crystal core in their heads. It's too time-consuming to crack open each one's skull. I better go back to school first and find that thing. This is my first time returning to school since I graduated. Soon, I arrived at the school's laboratory building and stored the SUV back into another dimension. After doing all this, I pushed open the door. Su-Chen, save me. I saw Fan Qing hanging in front of a truck, and behind her was the masked man from earlier. At that moment, the masked man looked at me and said coldly, I am Steel Fan from the Federal Bureau of Evolution. Are you Su-Chen?